everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Joanna'sStoryWorld. Today I am going to share a true story about a shepherd boy who became the king of a great nation. After the story, I will show you a souvenir of the shepherd boy which will make you giggle and laugh. This masterpiece was sculpted by Michaelangelo, an Italian genius. So keep watching till the end of the story so that you won't miss the surprise. Okay, now let me tell you about that boy. Long ago in the nation of Israel, there lived a prophet called Samuel. Do you know who is a prophet? This prophet Samuel received a voice from the God Yahweh and proclaimed it to the nation. Another job of a prophet is to anoint the king by pouring olive oil on his head. The nation feared and respected Samuel. Samuel anointed Saul as the first king of Israel. Saul was a good king for about 20 years. Then he began to disobey God. God was sorry that he made Saul the king. Samuel was also sad too. God sent Samuel to a man named Jesse to find a new king. When Samuel met Jesse, he said, "I would like to meet your sons." When Samuel saw them, he thought, "These are the strong-looking men, as they were in the army of the king." However, God said, "I do not look at the outside of a person. I look at the inside. I look at the heart." Samuel rejected all his 7 sons. Samuel asked Jesse, "Do you have another son?" Jesse said, "Yes, the youngest one. His name is David. He is out in the field with a flock of sheep." David had a shepherd rod in his hand and a harp to make music to the Lord. He sang, "The Lord God is my shepherd. He gives me everything I need. He gives me peace like still waters. Even though I walk through the darkest valley of my life, I will not be afraid. As your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Once a lion came to attack me. I tore it apart with your strength. Lord, I would like to live in your house forever. Samuel wanted to see David. As soon as David arrived, God told Samuel, "He is the one that I want to be the next king." Samuel anointed David. He poured olive oil on his head and David was filled with the God's power. Now the Philistines were at war with Israel. They came to fight King Saul's army. A giant named Goliath challenged and yelled, "Bring out your best soldiers to fight me. If your strongest soldier defeats me, we will be your slaves. If I defeat him, you shall be our slaves." King Saul's army were so afraid. They did not want to fight Goliath. Meanwhile, young David was taking food to his brother in the army. There were soldiers in King Saul's army. David reached the camp. He saw Goliath and heard the giant's challenge. "I am not afraid to fight the giant," said David. King Saul called for David and told him, "You cannot fight the giant. You are too young." David replied, "God will be with me." King Saul gave his armor to David, but it was too big and heavy. David was not used to wearing armor. He went to a nearby stream and picked up 5 stones. He stood before Goliath. The giant laughed and mocked at him. But he didn't care. He said, "I come in the name of the Lord who rules over all." David put a stone in his sling and ran towards the giant. Then he let the stone fly. It hit Goliath's forehead and he fell to the ground. The Philistines saw that their hero was dead. They ran away. Israel won the battle. After a few days, King Saul became grumpy. His servants asked David to play his harp for the king. The music cheered him up. So So King Saul invited David to live in the palace. David became friends with Prince Jonathan and Jonathan's sister Michal. David won many battles for the king. People said that David was a better fighter than the king. This made King Saul very angry and jealous. Everyone likes David, he thought. King Saul became so angry that he threw his spear at David, but David escaped. Then one day, Prince Jonathan warned David, "You must run far away." Then they promised to be best friends. Saul chased him, but he never caught him. God watched over David. After a few days, David heard some sad news. King Saul and Prince Jonathan had died in a battle. The people remembered what God had told them, and they went to find David. "David, you are our king now," they exclaimed. David ruled over Israel for about 40 years. When King David was old, he told his son Solomon that, "You will be the next king of Israel. Be strong and obey God with all your heart, then he will bless you." Then he rested in peace. He wrote many songs called Psalms, which is found in the Holy Book of the Bible. He loved God so very much that he had plans to build a temple for the God. David was a man who was dear to God's heart. Now, as I promised in the beginning of the video, let me show you the surprise. The church in Florence wanted to place 12 Old Testament heroes so that the crowd can see them. Michaelangelo sculpted David the king, and it was so marvelously carved on the marble that the church and the people of the town decided to keep it in the front of the Catholic Church. This became a masterpiece by Michaelangelo along with his famous works like Pieta, Sistine Chapel in Rome. In fact, Michaelangelo was also a painter, sculptor, architect, poet. Here you see a souvenir of David which we brought from Florence. He is holding a sling on one hand and has a stone on other. He is looking with a determined face to fight back. Hope you loved it. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye.